Do you know the financial concerns in our life, or the financial fear we all face? So, when you're talking from the aspect of financial planning, what are the financial fear or the concern, and what are the things that should be properly addressed? So, in this video, I will be sharing that information to you so that you can properly think about those aspects. And I will be talking purely from the point of view of insurance. Yes, I'll be talking from the point of view of life insurance, and hope this actually helps you. See, there are few things to consider, and you don't need to go away and sway out of this and take more insurance or get persuaded in any other way for wrong investment in insurance. That is the way I want to help you. If you understand properly, then only you will put the investment in the right basket, and hopefully I can get the message clear across you. Please watch this video. So in our financial planning, I mentioned about financial pyramid. So if you haven't watched the financial pyramid video, you can go back and watch it. So in financial pyramid, the base of the pyramid talks about the protection. The solid foundation should have the protection. In protection, life insurance is a part. In life insurance, the things to consider, say for example, if I consider a person to be healthy, a healthy person could live till 80 years. We can take it as an example, and here I have divided the circle of life into 4 parts. The first phase of life is 0 to 20 years, where we can see a baby is born and he grows up to a adult. The baby goes to school, a grown-up goes to a school, they play, they enjoy, and ultimately they go to a college after school. The second phase of life, the 20 to 40 years, the person gets into the first job. From his income he buys a bike, might be a car. Then he goes through his marriage or her marriage. They might have the first home or rented house. They have the baby. Their babies grow up. The child goes to school, right? Those are all related to the financial aspect we see. Those are the expenses. And the third phase of life, 40 to 60, the person might have his second or third job, and out of the second and third job he might be having good income, so they might buy a luxurious car for them. It might be second or third car. They might even buy a new house for them. It might be second, third, fourth house with the amount of money they have. Then the major thing they consider is the amount of money they require for their child's college admission, right? So they have that thing in their consideration. The child gets graduated, and then the main concern is the child's wedding, so they require the money for the wedding cost as well. Then they also have to plan for the retirement. Now the main fear and the concerns are, the first thing is, what if a person doesn't make it to 60 years? So when I'm talking about the insurance part, the person has to consider the term insurance along with the accidental insurance policy. Then the second thing is, if he is unable to work due to illness or any other factor, or it might be accident, so the person has to consider for the critical illness insurance and the disability insurance. Then the third factor is the child's future security, like the parents has to take into accountability of the child policy and the investment for the child's marriage, like the child who has grown into adult, their wedding cost. And the life after retirement, the retirement planning. For the retirement planning also, there has to be a proper insurance to be taken into account. So out of these 4 concerned things, these are the main concern. So money shouldn't be put into another unnecessary basket. So a person has to be wisely choosing this factor. So I mentioned the circle of life and the concern. Well, if you understood the financial fear and concern, There are 5 things you need to consider. The first thing is, if you don't live up to the age 60, term insurance you should consider with the riders. If something happens to you till the age of 60, if you fall sick due to illness, you cannot go to work, or accident happens, then you should consider the critical illness and the income protection. Then for your child, if you want to secure the child future, you need a proper child plan policy, and of course the retirement planning, right? So you need an insurance also for retirement planning. So these 5 things you need to consider properly. Out of these 5 things, you should not put the money unwisely in different basket. There are a lot of insurance also, so unwisely don't go for those kind of insurance. You need to properly talk to your financial advisor. And if you need any help, or if you have understood, do let me know about the video, and feel free to connect with me. I'll be glad and happy to help you all.